All right. Mary Jane Cobbs is making a living teaching people how to... Am I reading this right? Mary Jane, people have to learn how to talk on the phone?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, my God. I saw you on Fox, and they're asking you questions and stuff. You do a great job. You do a really good job talking on the phone, and so obviously you're an expert on phone talking. I want you to say hi to Andrew, because he is a Gen... What are you, Andrew? You're a Gen what?
I'm somewhere between a Gen Z and a millennial. I'm in the gray area.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Yeah. So
you're perfect candidate.
Yes, because we know you've been able to talk to large corporations and you go into schools and colleges, because people actually have to still continue to communicate over this device known as the telephone. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yes,
so
you are.
Okay, good. We want you to imagine we've hired you to help Andrew because he has a problem. Can you help him?
Okay. I can. Now the first thing I would ask Andrew, if he's experiencing phone anxiety, is what is that experience like? So the two most common answers I get to that question are, I'm afraid because I have no idea what this call is about. Mm-hmm. So it's an incoming call, and they need to answer it because they're in customer service or something like that. But because they have no idea what's on the other end, they would prefer not to answer that call.
So it's calls coming in that cause the anxiety. It's not the calls going out?
Oh, no, it can be the calls going out as well. But that's one of the big ones, is the call is coming in. And because they are used to having 100% control of a communication, when we put words on a screen, we are 100% in control. We can edit, we can read it back, we can... and then we hit send. So a phone call is about being impromptu and just accepting whatever happens. And that can be scary if you haven't practiced it at all.
Okay. Andrew, Sherry, I see you want to say something, Sherry?
How much of your business is focused on people like Andrew, millennials or Gen Zs or those, that particular age group? Is that the majority of what you're dealing with right now?
Well, phone anxiety impacts all generations, and I'll say that my work is primarily with teams of people. And because more and more companies, of course, are hiring people Andrew's age, a lot of, I would say 40% of a lot of the teams I'm working with represent this age group now.
Okay. Andrew, you okay with this?
Phones are dumb.
Okay. Well, I know phones are dumb, but
good luck with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to be. Yeah. All right. So
they're a lot like radio, Andrew. They're a lot like radio.
Oh, that should help him not at all. All right. All right. So Sherry, you can do your ring, and
okay.
And Mary's going to help him through this. So go ahead. You do your ring, and for Andrew, just let it ring a lot, Andrew, so that we can really feel your anxiety. Go ahead, Sherry.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
How you doing, Andrew?
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
I think I don't like this so much.
Okay,
ring, ring.
So what do you tell him? So, okay, stop ringing. Mary, what do you tell Andrew to do?
Well, what I explained to him in this situation is that what's going to happen is he's going to answer the phone, and whatever the person at the other end has to say, he's going to listen very carefully, and then he's going to create an agenda for the call.
I'm feeling kind of tingly, and my hands are all sweaty.
Is that normal?
Yes, of course. Yes, it is. That's normal anxiety.
All right. Okay.
But
are you, Mary, are you shocked by the fact that you have to teach this?
I was surprised when it first popped up about 8 years ago. I was standing in front of a group of young people, and I asked them, is there any other questions anybody has? And two of them looked at me and they said, well, how do you end a phone call?
Oh.
And I hope I wasn't too sarcastic when I said goodbye. But however, that was my first indication that there was a set of skills that was no longer commonplace.
I guess the problem that this seems so weird to me because talking on the phone is just second nature. It's just like having a conversation in person. You just happen to have a device in your hand. So the idea that people are terrified of this, and I realize it's a different element when you're dealing with sales and things like that, where there's a different level of anxiety because it's your job. But I mean, from what I understand, this is a common problem among people like Andrew, just in regular conversations. They don't necessarily want to take a call from their family. They don't want to take a call from a friend. They prefer to text. Doesn't that seem just, forgive me, kind of dumb?
No.
I mean, it just does.
There's some history behind this, okay? So the BlackBerry first entered our world in the early 90s, and we started talking with our thumbs. That's quite a long time ago. And that was followed by the removal of house phones.
Oh, yeah.
And parents aren't necessarily talking on the phone. You know, I'm of an age where I had to learn how to answer that phone on the kitchen wall by the time I was 3, even before I went to school. So talking on the phone was not something we learned. It was part of our everyday lives. But it isn't anymore. We don't even phone for pizza. We don't phone necessarily and book a dental appointment. So a young person can go through to their teens and early 20s and actually have never talked on the phone except maybe to their mother. So to suddenly have to do a phone interview for a job or have to answer a phone at a front desk or any of those things can be really intimidating. It's like public speaking for them.
Does this make you feel
Phones
any better?
are dumb.
I know. I know phones are dumb. Pick it up, and just see how it feels in your hand. Can you? Would that help? Can you pick it up?
The phone feels heavier than normal.
Okay, is that also normal? That he feels he's overwhelmed, Mary.
He's overwhelmed.
All right, Andrew, we can't help you. There's no helping him. I have to say that, have you ever had anybody actually, it must make you feel good when you get somebody who is a mess, like Andrew or somebody else of his age group, that then eventually they get to the point that the phone rings, they pick it up, they don't go into some sort of shock, and they're actually have a regular conversation all the way through, and then they say goodbye at the end. Does that, you feel like it's good that you're on this earth?
Well, it's great because I believe in conversations, not just phone conversations, but conversations in general. And I've watched several people have acquired the skill, and it's really contributed to the growth of their career. So I think it's such an important skill in that we're allowing sections of young people to not have a necessary skill to improve their place in terms of their career and their future.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you tell somebody like Andrew if you're in a situation where you'd like to be able to learn how to talk on the phone, but you're not sure how to start? Are there steps that he can start to take? Little baby steps, maybe? Just like saying hello and then hanging up right away or something?
Well, the first step I always ask is, for the next 48 hours or 24 hours, call family members and friends. And if you want, let them know ahead of time you're going to call. So call your grandmother, call your aunt, call a friend, and simply have a conversation. It can be as short as you want it to be, but start with people that you know.
Okay. All right.
And then move on to ordering pizza on the phone instead of online.
All right. So, Andrew, I sent you a phone number. Call that number and order pizza. Okay? We'll do it right now. Can you do that right now?
Yeah, hang on.
All right, good. He's doing
it. The best interview.
Andrew, it's me. You dialed the wrong number. You should dial the pizza number. You dialed the wrong number. Oh, just practice. You ready? What kind of pizza? Oh, pizza. Done pizza. What kind of pizza you want?
You can do it, Andrew. Come on. Just spit it out.
He's talking to someone on the phone. Andrew, you're supposed to do this on the air.
I'm confused. I don't know.
What kind of pizza you want? What kind of pizza you want? What kind of pizza you want?
I want.
I think I don't like this so much.
All right, I'm hanging up on you.
See, Andrew, you missed out on food.
Yeah,
Is it really that hard? Why does this frustrate me so much?
Me too. Sherry, I'm in the same boat with, I can't believe Mary's making a living doing. Mary, nothing against you. You're a great person.
Yeah.
You're a really nice lady. But I am just, Sherry and I are both just absolutely shocked that there's Andrew has a driver's license. He is a fully functioning adult. And I assume he votes and he's in charge of a very important part of the show. He plays all the commercials. He stops me from cursing on the air, all sorts of stuff like that. But yet this giant gap in his ability to function normally. And by the way, Jacob, stop your laughing because you're just as bad as Andrew is. So we didn't get
I've somehow avoided scrutiny here. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Jacob
Anyway.
sent me some great emails, though. You got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine, Andy. All right. Well, last question, Sherry. You have anything to say to Mary before we say goodbye? Because she makes us do it yesterday at the end. Anything else, Sherry?
Well, I just one thing. What would be your goal, Mary? Is that every millennial out there would learn to use the phone, or are you content with thinking that unless they absolutely have to, they've just moved on from this and they're not going to get it?
I think it's important at this moment in our human history that as many as possible learn how to talk on the phone, because leaders know how to pick up the phone and have a conversation. So in terms of their careers and their future and their ability to make good money, they should learn how to talk on the phone.
I have an extra bonus question for you, Mary Jane. Do people get extra anxiety calling you because you're an expert at it?
Yes, they do. So many people say that to me. I've been told to call you, but I'm really nervous to call you. And you can tell I'm a fun person. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're doing great. All right. Well, listen, we thank you for your fun, your information, and you've left Andrew as a sweaty mess. So no pizza for him, but maybe some towels to mop up his chair. Thank you, Mary. We appreciate your time. The phone lady.
Thanks for a great interview.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Mary Jane Cobbs, thank you very much. Teeny Tiny's got no fear of being on the phone. All right. Andrew, you feel a little better?
Yes, I'm going to call my mom and my dad and my aunt and my uncle and somebody else as well later today.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Okay, good. That's the goal. All right, good. Well done.